guys ready for a super satisfying organization video? I have 3 different projects to share with you guys today, and I am so excited about this. I've been waiting for a long time to film this first one. I'm going to share the entire process. We're going to hang out and chit chat and dive right in. So girl, let's get started. So first and foremost, step into my office / beauty room / everything, you guys. This vanity is going to be our first project today. I shared this on Instagram, but it's completely empty because I wanted to fill it up with you guys and organize all of the drawers, and I just cannot wait to see the after. So I almost always have my makeup all over this table since I've just been using a makeup bag and it's been overflowing. So I went through everything and sorted it over here. I know it looks real crazy, but we're going to get this completely organized today. I ordered it on Amazon. I will link it if you're interested. I just wanted to find something as affordable as I could find with a lot of space. So, you know, I had to balance the two. And I wanted the top that is like this because if it is white, it just gets stained. So I wanted the glass and a lot of drawers. So let's fill it up. First thing I'm going to do is start taking all of the little stickers from assembling this off. That was really the only thing I didn't get to. I don't want them in the way while we are organizing. And one thing I might do this eventually. All of the organizers I'm using are acrylic. They're part of the Home Edit collection at Walmart. You guys know I love that collection. I mention it so much. I, of course, will have some links for everything I'm using down below. But I kind of want some white organizers in the top drawers that you can see through instead of acrylic. So once this is all organized, let me know if you guys think the acrylic looks good or if you think I should switch to white. But regardless, I just want to make sure that everything has organizers because I want to keep it nice and white and bright and really clean, and obviously makeup stains, you know, everything. So if it's in an organizer, it's going to keep this vanity nice and protected. So I just wanted to dust everything and wipe it down real quick before we start adding in all of our organizers here. And I'm just going to play around with the layout, kind of figure out what I'm putting where. I have to say, I really love how it's such a versatile setup with this vanity. I can mix and move things around, and I love that. I love that it's not just one way, you know? You can have a bunch of different ways. So I have 3 of the large rectangles in the middle, smaller with a large on the left, and then a combination of a few different sizes on the right. And here's the makeup bag that I have been living out of. Now I am so excited to have a bird's eye view of all of these products versus all of them just like shoved in that bag and having to dig and search. It is so nice to just look down and be able to see everything at the same time. It's almost like the KonMari method for makeup. So I'm going to start putting foundations in the middle, and one thing I'm going to change about how I used to have my makeup before is I obviously had it all in my makeup bag, and then any extra makeup or almost all of it was upstairs, and we are going to fix that situation towards the end of the video once we get to that area and reorganize it. But I just want all of my makeup in the same place here, regardless of whether it's my everyday makeup or it's extra products or it's PR that I'm going to give to friends or donate, I want, if it's a makeup product, it's gonna go in this vanity. And that is just a rule I'm having for myself, because having the same thing in multiple places in your home is not efficient, and it makes you forget about things, and it's just annoying, quite frankly. So that is one of the things I wanted to fix with this vanity. Watching this back is even so satisfying. I feel like I have my own little Sephora here. I also know I'm going to be able to use so many more things and hopefully be a little more creative since I can see everything. I really keep emphasizing the see everything point, but it is so important when you organize literally everything, whether it's a closet or the cleaning products that you use, whatever. You need to be able to see stuff, to use it regularly, to know that you have it and not forget about it. So this is just a billion times more efficient, even though it does take up a lot more space. Now, I will say this is the first layout I tried, so I'm really surprised that I kept it, because you guys know I just like to see my options and I want to see everything a couple ways and then decide. But ultimately, we did it right the first time. I did eyebrow stuff and mascara and all the cheek products, so like the contours, the blushes, the bronzers. On the left, in the middle is foundation, as you guys know, but also the concealers and the setting spray I like to use, and the primer I like to use. And then on the right there is all of the lip products and the eyeshadows, and then I'm also going to put the setting powders in there too. So I have like essentially every category on the top, which is really, really nice and convenient. And then one thing I knew I wanted to do is put all of the brushes in a drawer. Some people like to put those up top, but I just really wanted them tucked away. So this drawer is going to be filled with all of those brushes, and the organizers I'm using in here are from the dollar store. Whenever I do these organization videos, I always tell you guys, mix it up. The ones that you can see, if you want to spend a little more on them so they're a little more aesthetic, then go for it. But if something's tucked away, then why not go really inexpensive and get them from the dollar store? So the makeup is pretty much taken care of. Now we are moving on to hair. See how it has a little hook there for your hair tools? That's so cool, and some outlets. So I wanted to start putting hair products in here, and I feel like I do everything a little bit weird. So I blow dry my hair upstairs and then I style it in here. So I'm not putting like everything in the same place. And I know I just said that like everything should be in the same place, but I never put my makeup on upstairs, like literally never. So there's no reason for it to be up there. But hair, I really do like the half and half situation. So that's what I'm gonna do, is put the hair products I use down here, and then the ones I don't upstairs. So, you know, sometimes you gotta make your own rules, and that's what I'm doing here. And the organizers I'm using in here, the white ones, those were a dollar spot find at Target. So every once in a while at Target, they have really good, affordable home organization products, and they always sell out really quickly. So if you need some stuff and you wanna go really budget friendly and you want them from Target, not the dollar store, so they're a little more, you know, aesthetic looking, because they always are, make sure you look through that section the next time you're there. And the last thing I'm going to organize is all of the perfumes. I figured I'd put them on this small white tray on the top on the corner, so I want to know what you guys think about that. I actually originally was thinking I would put it in the vanity in the center so I could see it through the glass, but some of them are round, and I don't know, I just feel like the tray is better, so let's hear what all of you have to say about that. I am going to do a little walkthrough here. So here is a bird's eye view of everything. And now we'll get into exactly what's in each drawer. So before we go through it all, I just want to give you guys a quick overview of what it looks like from this angle. And I'm going to have to lift that picture because it's just maybe 3 inches or so that it's covered, but I'd really like it to not be, so I'll have to work on that. I told you guys a lot of the highlights of why I like this, but I didn't show you up close that it has a hook right here for hair tools. So that's really nice that they can sit here and slowly they can cool down without actually sitting on a surface. And then the outlets. There are a couple of outlets over here, so really convenient. And then the lights also have like a neutral, a warm, a cool. They can go up, they can go down. So I just really like that about it. But here is that overview for you guys. And then the glass. This is what the glass looks like on top. You can see into it, of course. I was thinking I might put the perfume inside, but realistically, I think this makes sense. Let me know if you guys like it out on the vanity, if you think I should put it away. I feel like something was nice, but I don't want it, you know, super full, because obviously there is a lot of stuff that's going on with this open view. So starting on the left side, I have eyebrow items over here, and then a lot of different highlight and hydrating blush and bronzer items. The cream blush and bronzers, I have a powder blush, and then a bronzer, and a cream contour in this one. Front and center, we have foundations, and then we also have the concealers, setting spray, and my favorite primer at the moment is actually e.l.f. It's really affordable, but I wanted those items front and center since, of course, you start with foundation. And then over here is setting powders and lip products, and also the eyeshadow palettes that I use the most often. One thing I knew I wanted is a drawer pretty close to the top for all of the makeup brushes, because I didn't want them shown throughout here since all the loose hairs would start to look really dirty, and I didn't want them up top because I know I have a lot of them. So having a drawer I can just sit there with it open while I get ready and then shut it, that's gonna be so nice. This one is my extra makeup, so friends, family. If I have a backup of something that I use all the time, I will keep it in this drawer. And then once it's full enough, I will invite people over, or I drop it off at their house or whatnot. Empty, I always tell you guys, room to grow. When you are reorganizing, that is what you need to focus on, because stuff, you know, it comes out of thin air sometimes. This one is just extra camera equipment, and then a case for brushes when I travel. This one over here is, I'm sure I told you guys in the voiceover, the vast majority of what I do is downstairs when I get ready. Some of it's upstairs, so I put some deodorants and then some Halloween stuff just random down there. We're continuing the hair, so this is gonna be the last hair drawer. This is the middle hair drawer, so different hair products that I'll use once my hair is fully dried and I'm just styling it for the day. And then some styling tools, hair clips. One thing I really wanted to do is keep like the fun hair clips down here, because I love to buy these and I get so excited about them, but then when I get ready, I just stick to the same routine. So hopefully if I have fun hair clips down here, I will style my hair in some fun ways. And then this one is the full-size eyeshadow palettes, and then just some extra random products, some primers and whatnot. So all in all, you guys, I am so excited about this. I think it was very needed, and I really know that it's going to keep this room looking nice and clean. So I told you before, I really want the table for work, obviously, and not for getting ready. And now that I have this, the mess is contained. So I'm super excited. I will link this below if you're interested in it. And you're probably thinking, girl, how do you have all of the energy for these projects in the first place? And let me tell you, I have seriously been sleeping so good. We recently got a Birch Living mattress, and thank you so much to Birch Living for sponsoring this video. Seriously, it is so comfortable, you guys, and I absolutely love that their mattresses are fiberglass free. They're also made with responsibly sourced materials like organic cotton, organic wool, and 100% natural latex. Now, I don't know about you, but I have seen so many horror stories about fiberglass mattresses on social media, people opening them, not realizing what it is, and just like ruining their belongings. And I've also posted that I'm trying to be a lot more aware of the products I'm using and that I bring into my home. So I am just very happy about how they make their mattresses, and like I honestly feel like it's one less thing to worry about because girl, you're putting your face on that all night long. So I want to make sure that it's made with really high quality products. Plus, their mattresses are also free from polyurethane foams, which can cause harmful off-gassing. And with your Birch mattress, you also get a 100-night sleep trial, so you get even longer than 3 months to make sure you love it. The best part about all of this is Birch delivers your mattress to your door for free within the US, and they do offer in-home setup and removal, so they seriously make the buying process as convenient as possible. And I wanted to partner with Birch Living because I was very interested in the fact that it's fiberglass free, you know, just going back to those, I'm gonna call them ingredients, but going back to the materials that they use. You guys know I've been thinking about that kind of thing a lot lately. I can seriously tell you it is incredibly comfortable. I honestly feel a lot less achy lately. I feel like I'm sleeping better, and when you're sleeping better, you're nicer. I always say that, but it is seriously so true. So highly recommend, literally to anyone, friends, family, viewers, you right there. Highly recommend. Side note, I know a lot of people are hot sleepers. We are too. We definitely stay cool with this mattress, so just wanted to mention that. So I absolutely love my Birch Living mattress. I definitely think you would too. Just go to birchliving.com/alexandrabeuter to start sleeping better and get 20% off your Birch mattress. I'm gonna link it down below. Also, there's a QR code on screen, so if you're listening along, you can just hit that with your camera and it'll take you straight to it. All right, y'all, so let's move on to this pantry. Now, I do want to change some things in here today, so I brought down all of these organizers from the closet that I keep all of these in. And if you're new here, I've been filming these organization videos literally for so many years now, so I just have a lot of organizers I've accumulated over the years, and I do like to switch things out in, you know, essentially all areas. So I'm always mixing and matching and just coming up with something new. And one thing I wanted to pull out of here is the pink ones, which I've really liked these for functionality, but now I feel like I need less on this shelf. And then up here, I was sort of getting sick of the Lazy Susans and I wanted to try something new. So we're gonna refresh, reorganize, rearrange, and come up with something new. So let's start front and center with a little snack station. These are going to be like a drop bin. So instead of having all of those baskets and really sorting, I think it'll be nice just to throw them all in one or throw them in two in that case. And then I'm going to grab these acrylic ones that, since they are like a longer and more narrow style, it's always been kind of hard to find somewhere to use these. I haven't used these in years, but I thought these would be really good for school snacks. So I'm going to sort all of those in here. Now, the first thing I think of when I'm organizing a pantry, whether it's my own or someone else's, oh guys, my last pantry video, it was the first video I filmed at someone else's house, so you should check that out because it's a great pantry transformation. But one thing I always ask people is if they want their kids to be able to reach the snacks, and also if they want to be able to see the snacks, because some people want to see them, they want them in acrylic, and some people want them tucked away in a basket that you cannot see through. And I just think it's interesting how people have different perspectives and opinions on that, but I really feel like the snacks, where the snacks go, is the first thing that I pay attention to when organizing any pantry. So I like for us to be able to reach some, and then some I can hide in that white one that I really don't want him to constantly be obsessed with. And then in the bottom here, I always have a miscellaneous and the bags and whatnot. So that's what I was doing down there, but just continuing to add a couple more snacks in here. And now I can focus on those bottom shelves. So the shelf that I'm organizing right now is the quick meals, the pasta, and the rice. I love having a basket for the quick meals because it honestly helps me realize what we have and if we need things. And if I'm running out to the grocery store, I'll open it, make sure we have some Easy Mac in there. And I just really recommend having that kind of section in your pantry. I always recommend a miscellaneous as well as like a drop and go station. And actually, when I reorganized that pantry, I was just telling you guys about that video, that is the number one thing that they loved, is having a drop and go station. So just a few small categories I think everybody should have, because it really does make your life a lot easier. So just some quick organizing on all of these bags of chips. I know this is like some people think it's a waste of time to perfectly organize, or at least, somewhat organize stuff like this. But I swear to you, if you've never done it, please do it one time. It will honestly make you want to eat the food that you have when it's organized, especially in your fridge. If you're someone who wants to eat healthier, make all the healthy things front and center and make them organized and aesthetic. And it's honestly really, really motivating. I also found some snacks that I didn't even realize we still had, so I can put those back on this shelf. We're about to get into a new setup instead of the Lazy Susan for all of these spices here. Now, I honestly highly recommend a Lazy Susan for spices, even though I'm taking it out of here. I just need something new to keep me motivated, you guys, to, feel like I want to maintain this, and also that I want to cook. I always have to find ways to motivate myself to want to cook at home, because let's face it, takeout is just so much easier. One thing I have to tell you is these white organizers actually make this shelf so much brighter. I'm honestly really surprised by how much of a difference it makes compared to the acrylic ones that I had in the middle here. So if you are someone who is going to organize a darker space, really consider the white ones, and especially the plastic. I think that reflects even more light than a fabric option. The very last shelf I'm going to go through real quick here. I have my airtight containers I can put in those baskets in the middle since it had snacks in it, so I'll have even more room up top. I swear, every time you reorganize a space, the layout small changes make a big difference, you guys. So keep that in mind too. And now let's do an after of the pantry, and I really cannot stress enough, sometimes a little change of scenery is all you need to help yourself stay motivated when it comes to home organization. And as you know, everything extra and new that we put in here I already had. I did not buy a single thing for this video, so I really feel like that says a lot. Just over time you accumulate things, and if you are buying organizers that can be used in a lot of different areas, they really will make your life so much easier. So let's start at the bottom. That stayed the same. The plastic bags from the grocery store, the reusable bag, sunscreen, and some disinfecting wipes for the car and whatnot, just random items in the last one. So I kind of split up the snacks, one for looks and two just because, I don't know, that's what I did. So we did a change of scenery in the middle here, but down here, it stayed the same as far as the layout and the products that I store right here. So the extra coffee, we go through a lot of coffee beans. We have a lot of like syrups and whatnot. So almost all of them are by the coffee machine, but the extra stuff is right here. And then pop chips. We almost always have like a smaller bag of chips from Costco. Forrest can run in here and get what he wants and run out. And then the quick meals, pasta and rice. I absolutely love these labels from Amazon, and then you get an acrylic marker and it can be scrubbed off and we can write something new there. But these baskets were pricey. I will link them. It was hard to fully justify the price, but I will have them forever. And honestly, they've always been my favorite thing in this pantry as far as looks, so I think they were worth it. These, you guys, I literally bought for Forrest's first room at our first house. That's how long I've had these, like 6 years at least. I wish I had 4, but that's okay. Maybe one day at Home Goods, I'll find a few more of those. A lot of his snacks on this shelf as well. And then I really like these to hide the bulk items because, I don't know, it was like sort of overstimulating almost staring at all those 6 pink ones. And I wanted it to feel a little less stuffy in here while still storing a lot of stuff. So sometimes it's nice to tuck away items in here. So the bread and cereals and whatnot, I can tuck away in these. The oats for the morning, rice cakes, you know. It honestly looks so much different than the pink, but I really didn't have to do that much to get a different look. And then I also was kind of sick of the Lazy Susans, believe it or not. I love Lazy Susans, I always rave about them, but sometimes if you're looking at the same thing for so long, it's like you really don't even see what's there, if that makes sense. So I put a lot of the spices I use most often that are not in the cabinet over here with all of my pink ones in this one. And then the packets, the seasoning packets, we go through a lot of taco seasoning. And then the overflow, the canned items, and then sauces and whatnot, like soy sauces and syrups. You guys know I love to have 4 airtight containers. So first 2 for smaller snacks, the larger 2 for the larger bulk items, whether it's cereal or like a large bag of chips from Costco. Like this is from a bag of chips from Costco, like seriously 3 or 4 months ago, and they're still good. That's why I like just a couple airtight containers. The baking items and the miscellaneous, which it really is all baking up there. I love these. They're from Amazon. I will link them, but they also have very similar ones at IKEA. And then just an extra airtight container over there and a cereal that's almost empty. So super practical. I love sharing this pantry because it's worked out so well for us. So now let's do a before of this bathroom. This one really won't take a super long time. There's just a couple things I want to change in here to really make what we did downstairs, my office, matter that much more and just be that much more practical long term. So I did bring some organizers up here. I would love to somehow use this Lazy Susan Actually, I have two other ones we took out of the pantry. This was a Target dollar spot find. The one in the pantry are part of the home edit from Walmart. I love that collection. I will link it. But these were also a Target dollar spot find. The other ones are in the pantry, the home edit, some skincare products. There is a little bit of makeup down here, so I want to refresh this. But I also want to get all of the extra makeup out of here. That way it's only skincare, like this one, have makeup in it. And I really want to be able to expand skincare. So I want all of the hair items to go in this one over here. And then this one, it can be skincare, and that will be really, really nice. So let's get started. So if you are still not motivated to organize yourself by this point, then girl, listen to this. So when I find things I could be using that I didn't realize I have or forgot about, I get so like frustrated with myself. So I found a rubber mat for a hair tool, and it's essentially so I can set a hot hair tool on a table, and I have never used that. I honestly don't know where that came from. I'm sure I was just sent to NPR, but it is something I could literally be using every single day. And when I reorganize hair products, I always find products I forgot about and things that I know I would want to use. So just know you will find free things in your house when you organize, okay? Like things you haven't been using that will make your life easier or make your hair look better or whatever. So get up and get to it with me, girl, in these last couple of minutes. I am now working on this hair shelf, and like I said before, anything I would use when my hair is wet, I'm going to keep up here. And then the styling stuff, we're going to put downstairs in that vanity. Speaking of finding things you forgot about, guys, I really needed some body lotion. I was about to buy some, and I found two in here. Like, girl, we are making money at this point. All right, so we have the far right side done. I have some new organizers in that very last center drawer. Those are also some of the ones from the Target dollar spot we put in the pantry. And now I'm pulling items out of the cabinet on the left because I want to make room for something that I have not had room for in here in a very long time. I'm gonna get rid of some organizers, which is exciting because it's gonna be less stuff in here. And there's a lot of stuff in this center drawer, so I want to move some of it to the bottom drawer. And I'm really excited to walk you guys through it because I should have done this a very, very long time ago. But all of the everyday skincare or things I at least am going to be using in every week are going to go in that center drawer. And then down here, we're going to put some products that I should be using regularly but haven't been. And it kind of goes back to that sometimes you have to rearrange things because once you're so used to something, it's like you forget about it. So there were some items that were on the counter stored in the 3 jars, which I love those. They're really cute and I will show them in a second, but it's like I forgot what was in them, or I don't know, I just walked past it. I need a little refresh for my mind so I can take even better care of my skin. The last thing we are doing here is rearranging the layout of these stackable acrylic drawers. I've had these for years and love them, and I've had so many different layouts with these too, so I just think they are really, really practical. We pulled a lot of hair stuff out of the right side to go downstairs in that vanity, so it has a lot more room. And now we're pulling all of the makeup out of this right side to bring downstairs. So all in all, we have made the entire house a lot more functional. Small changes add up, you guys, and they really do make such a big difference. Well, we just did some amazing things in here. All of these organizers, you guys, were what was right here. Not even any of the extras I brought up. So now our towels can go in the basket under the vanity instead of out in the open right here. I'm really happy about that. That alone was so worth it. Real quick shot of nothing up there just because you guys saw a mess. I didn't change anything with the toothbrushes. It kind of is what it is. But I did really organize the skincare in a slightly different way that I know is going to make me use those skincare tools. So moisturizers, serums, things I like to use on a daily basis with a couple of extras like the masks I like to use the most often right here. And then I have these skincare tools, and it's one of those things where even though they were right there, it's just like, it's been there for so long I forget about it. I said that in the pantry too. Sometimes you need a refresh, so you use what you literally already have. So those skincare tools are super nice, super great. I should be using those a lot more than I have been. And now that I have them right here with their accessories and the charger and whatnot, I know that I will. And then the very last one. So you guys know the vast majority of the hair tools I'm going to keep in my office downstairs since I style my hair in there. Hair products and whatnot right here, but not hairspray since again, I style downstairs. Some hair brushes for when I'm drying my hair, my travel skincare, self-tanner and body lotions and whatnot. So this one did not take very long at all, but I know it's gonna make a huge difference. Thank you guys so much for hanging with me today. I really hope that you enjoyed this longer video. Please like and subscribe if you haven't yet. I always link recent videos and products I use down below. And I will see you guys right here in a few days in a brand new video. Bye!